Hello, I'm Dr. Fred Hansen, and I'm so pleased to be with you again. I hope that all of you had a wonderful and just a joyful Christmas and were able to spend some time with family and friends. And I hope that your sobriety remained intact. Um, I appreciate those of you that viewed the previous video and answered the questions on there, and that way you do get credit for having attended that session. And we're doing the same thing here. This is for New Year's. Since our schedule is rather crowded, it's a little difficult to get all the groups in and allow you to have the time off to celebrate the holidays. So, looking forward to this New Year's, and I want you to, more than anything, I want you to have a wonderful New Year's Eve, a wonderful New Year's Day with your family, your friends, your fur babies, whoever you spend your day with. But most of all, I want you to be able to maintain your sobriety and feel good about yourself on the 2nd of January. So, we're going to start over and go through some ideas to try to help you work on your sobriety during the holidays, okay? Hi, I'm Dr. Fred Hansen, and I am looking forward to spending a few minutes with you here. Hope that all of you had a wonderful Christmas and a lot of fun with your family and friends and your fur babies and everyone. But most of all, I hope that your Christmas experience was sober and that you feel good about yourself for what you did during the holidays. It's a really rough time, and if we can make it through the holidays and maintain our sobriety and feel good about ourselves, that's a long way toward or a big step toward long-term sobriety. All right, we've got New Year's Eve and New Year's Day coming up, and I have some ideas that may be of great benefit to you. And I hope that as we go through some of these, that you will agree with that. That will find that these tips will be ones that will help you maintain your sobriety throughout the holidays. Once again, because of our scheduling, if you watch this video and you listen to these and answer just a few questions and send these in to your counselor, then you will get credit for this group. And that's very important because we're trying to stay on schedule, keep everybody's insurance according to the way they want it and all. And most of all, though, I really want you to have a great time and enjoy yourself. New Year's Eve and New Year's Day can be challenging for people in recovery because alcohol and drug use are heavily normalized during this period of time. And the pressure to celebrate can really be intense. Celebrating is fun as long as we're able to celebrate in an effective way that doesn't disrupt our sobriety. So planning ahead is the way that we need to things we need to work on in order to protect our recovery and to start the new year with clarity of where we're going, what we're trying to do, with dignity, feeling good about ourselves, and with the strength that we need to maintain long-term sobriety. So here's some ideas. We're going to start with number one is decide before the night begins. Okay, don't wait until you get somewhere and decide, well, this is what I'm going to do if events happen. Make a clear commitment in advance. I will not drink or use tonight, period. That's just a fact. I will not drink or use tonight. It's my decision whether I do or not. It's not my friends. It's not the people around me. It's not everybody at the bar or the club or somebody's house. That's not their decision. It's my decision. My decision to maintain my sobriety is purely up to me. Uncertainty, not being sure of what we're doing, creates risk, and risk is not our friend. A firm decision reduces stress and temptation. If I continue to repeat the mantra, I will not drink or use tonight, if I say that over and over in my mind, then I'm going to reduce the probability of there being some risk, and I won't be as stressed about it. People are going to offer you something to drink, and they're going to say, why aren't you? It's New Year's Eve, for God's sake, aren't you going to have something to drink? Have a joint, that'll relax you, then you'll feel better. No, I will not drink or use tonight, period. That's just a fact. It may be okay for you, it may work for you and your family, but it doesn't work for me, for my family, for my friends, for my job, for my self integrity. Okay, so we go to somewhere, and the second thing we want to do is to have an exit plan. If you go to a gathering, number one, drive yourself or arrange for your own transportation. Don't ride with someone else who may or may not drink during the party. If you do that, then you're putting yourself at risk. If they drink and you're riding with them, now you've got a problem. They get pulled over, you probably will be caught up in the testing as well. You don't want that to happen. That's how you ruin a good evening. Drive yourself, take an Uber, go with someone or have somebody drop you off, whatever. Arrive late. Don't be the first one there. The first ones there are the ones that are going to be, first of all, here, you're the first one to help me get all of this out. Secondly, leave early. Because the longer you're there, the greater the temptation, the higher the risk, and we don't want that to happen. We want you to have a great time, want to enjoy yourself. That's the purpose. We go places to have fun on New Year's Eve. We don't go there to be have a bad time. We go there to have a good time. But we want to have a good time, enjoy ourselves is who we are, not who we are under the influence of some other substance. You know, we're fine people. We're good people. We're smart. We're intelligent. We're capable. You know that you are. But you, under the influence, or like anyone under the influence, you're not all of those things. You're someone else. And that someone else may be funny or interesting when you're under the influence, but you're really not. Okay? Get a little liquid there to get myself saturated there. I have allergies, and those are driving me crazy. So, got to keep water going. Okay, number three. If you're going somewhere, bring or order a non-alcoholic drink. Don't rely on other people to accommodate you. If you want something, bring sparkling water, a soda, whatever sounds good to you, but bring something that's non-alcoholic. There's a whole host of those things out there. You don't owe anybody an explanation. Some people like to bring non-alcoholic champagne or cider, but holding a drink can reduce the questions. If you're holding a glass of iced tea or a glass of sparkling water, I have been, by the grace of God, I'm not an alcoholic. I will say that. And that experience has taught me that when I go some places, and I'm been going places for a long time, and many parties and functions and get-togethers, and everywhere I've ever gone, it's always, what can I get you to drink? And I'll say, I'd like some sparkling water or a 7 Up or Diet Coca Cola, whatever. And said, don't you want something to drink that's stronger? No, that would be fine. And they give me that, and I whole carry that around. Now, once you've got that in your hand, nobody's going to ask you for the rest of the evening. Nobody's going to ask. They're just going to assume you have a drink, and that's what you want to have. But something that will not disrupt who you are, change who you are, something that will help you maintain your sobriety. Um, it's a really frustrating thing, I know. But once you get past that first thing, and if you need to bring your own, that's fine. You know, people say, "What can I? Well, don't you want to have something to drink?" You can say, you know, "It makes me break out." You break out, really, yeah. It causes me to break out walls, break out doors. Pretty soon they break out the handcuffs. You know, there's a lot of downsides to having too much to drink, and we don't want those kind of experiences. Okay, number 4, limit your exposure to the drinking culture. Now, you know where you're going to go and you know where you can do. There's a lot of options on New Year's Eve. One of which is you don't have to go anywhere. You can always have an event at your house where you can control the circumstances. What you have to drink, what you do, all of that is up to you. You're not obligated to attend parties or stay online. It's okay to skip events. It's okay to log off of social media. Remember, protecting your recovery is a priority, not a weakness. It's a priority, not a weakness. Okay, give the night structure. Idle time increases cravings. If you're not doing anything, if you go somewhere where the only purpose of being there is we're just going to sit around and drink or use, that's too much idle time. So fill that time, watch a movie, write goals for the coming year. That's a fun thing to do with other people. I have sat around with some other folks a few years ago, and we said, let's all talk about our plans for the new year, what we're going to do. And it was very enjoyable. Everybody had ideas. Everybody said, here's what I've done before, here's why I failed. It became more humor than anything else. I don't know that any of us wound up with any really great ideas, but we had a wonderful time laughing and joking about the things we had tried and why they didn't work. And they were really, really worth the evening. We had a great time. Spend your time with safe people. You know who those safe people are. If you don't know a group of people, if somebody you know is having a party and you're going, you say who all is going to be there, and they tell you, and you don't know any of those people, that's probably not a safe place for you to go. If, attend a recovery meeting. There's always recovery meetings. AAs and NA programs usually have a celebration of some kind at those programs. We used to host, when we were doing our program in house, we used to have a New Year's Eve celebration at our facility, and we had sometimes hundreds of people come in. A lot of them we didn't know, but we were very safe. We had things to eat, we had all kinds of sodas and non alcoholic drinks, and everybody had a wonderful time. Many of them said this was the best New Year's Eve they ever had. All right, number 6, play the tape all the way through. When urges appear, ask yourself, if I drink or use tonight, what will tomorrow look like? If I drink or use tonight, what will tomorrow look like? Remember, it all goes back to our mantra. What's our mantra? I will not drink or use tonight. Okay, so then the urge says, if I drink or use tonight, what will tomorrow look like? Picture the regret. I was not going to drink and I wound up doing it. The physical effects. I'm going to get up, I'm going to be puking all day. I'm going to be feeling a headache that won't quit. And then there's going to be the emotional fallout. I'm going to feel really bad about myself because I made a commitment to me to do something that was healthy. And what did I do? I lost it. Then picture waking up on January the 1st, sober. Wow, I feel good. What's on? What are the football games for today? What can I do today? Where can I go? There's friends. I'm going to take the family out. We're going to do some fun things. We're going to drive around. We're going to look at different things in town. There's probably things going on. Let's go do that. We'll go to a movie. We'll do some fun things. January the 1st will be so much better if we follow our original mantra. I will not drink or use tonight. Okay, number 7, stay connected. Isolation increases risk. If you're feeling isolated, if you don't go anywhere and you're sitting at home, call or text someone supportive. Reach out to your sponsor or to a peer. Attend a meeting, go to an AA or an NA meeting. As I said, even if you just go briefly, just go for a little while. Enjoy that. Connection matters more than perfection. I need to stay connected to my sober community. That may be in my church. A lot of churches have a lot of programs on New Year's Eve. Find one of those. Even if you don't know some of those people, it's a fun place to go and help you maintain your sobriety. Okay, number 8, plan for New Year's Day. Recovery comes after midnight. Avoid just just one to take the edge off thinking. Don't do that. Remember, I will not drink or use tonight. Eat, hydrate, and rest. That's Remember, it is a holiday. This is our New Year's Day. Why do we do this? Why do we celebrate the new year? It's a new year. We want to think about what we're going to do, how we're going to do it, what goals we want to accomplish, what kind of purpose do I have for this new year? What kind of person am I going to be? Am I perfect the way I am? Absolutely not. I work on mine. I'm 81 years old and I still work on it every one. I have got a list of things I want to work on this year to improve myself, to improve the messages that I can provide to you, to increase the way that we present ourselves to the public, to try to reach more people in rural areas. I've got all kinds of plans. Work on those on January the 1st. It's planning for the new year. And then, most of all, acknowledge the accomplishment of staying sober. Think of the things you might have done, the risk you might have taken, the things that people said that could have caused you to drink or use that you didn't accept. Feel good about yourself. This is why we want to do these things. We want to work on our self-esteem. We want to work on our skills, all the tools that you've been taught in the IOP. On the Monday night, all the triggers, the recovery skills, learning about relationships, learning about boundaries, all of these things we were able to put into play to stay sober. It takes a lot of tools to do this. Remember, New Year's Eve is one night. You don't have to, if you say, I don't have to stay sober forever, just today, and I'm going to stay today. You know why we can say that? Because that's all we have to worry about. How do we take sobriety? One day at a time. That's how we stay sober. Waking up sober on January the 1st is a powerful statement. I kept my word to myself. My mantra was, I will not drink or use tonight, and I kept my word to myself. I feel good about that. Okay, as I mentioned, you're going to answer some questions, and I don't want this to be a test. I want this to be a learning experience. And I'd like for you to do this on today or tomorrow so that you're prepared for New Year's. And I want you to think back about what we've said. Remember, first of all, why is it important to make a firm decision about sobriety before New Year's Eve begins, rather than let's see how it goes? Okay? That's going to be a question. I want you to answer that question. Remember our mantra, I will not drink or use again tonight. Okay, secondly, the question was, what situations or events during New Year's Eve or New Year's Day might increase your risk of relapse? See, I can give you the skills, but I don't know where you're going. I don't know what state of recovery you're in. I hope that you're far enough down the line that these words mean enough to you that you can hold on to those as you go through the day. So, whatever situation, think about the situations you're going to be in, where you're going, what you're going to do, and pre plan in your mind what risk there might be in going to those places. Number 3, what is your personal exit plan if you find yourself feeling uncomfortable or triggered at a gathering? Well, you remember one of the things we said was drive yourself or take an Uber or have somebody pick you up. I watched a video many years ago, an old grainy VHS video, and it was presented to a group of people in an inner city setting. And there was a young lady, and she is in recovery from, uh, I think, meth or heroin. And she was going to a party at a family's house, and she had ridden with her uncle, and she asked him to please be a, be prepared to pick her up at 9:30 because she was going about 6, and she knew that 3.5 hours was long enough. At 9:30, about 9:15, she told the host, "My uncle needs for me to be home. I need to go help take care of my aunt," which was true. She lived with him, and my uncle has to go to work. So sure enough, they said, "Okay, well, thank you for coming." And she left. Her uncle was outside waiting, and she told him, "You're here just in time. I think another 30 minutes might have been too risky." But she prepared in advance. And I always thought about this young lady. She was probably no more than 22 or 23, but she had the sense of understanding that when she went somewhere, there were going to be risk. And she really and truly did need to abide by those and think about those. So she prepared for it. That's what we need to do. Prepare for how I'm going to get there, prepare for how I'm going to get back. I can always have an Uber lined up to pick me up at a certain time. And whatever excuse you need to get, I don't advocate lying. I advocate staying sober. And if you're in a risky situation with people who probably don't care whether you drink or not, I think it's time to go ahead and take it and leave. Okay? What non alcoholic drinks can you plan on having? Can you take with you? There's various options there. You can give them any excuse you want to. Remember, it's your life, your integrity, your sobriety you're trying to maintain. Number five, in what ways can limiting exposures to parties, alcohol centered environments, or social media support your recovery? Okay? Stay in places, go to places that limit the number of alcoholic or drug use facilities. If you know they're going to be there, pick something else. If you go to a movie by yourself and have popcorn and a coke, wow, that's a lot better than going to a party where everybody's getting high and getting drunk. Think about that. It's what you want to feel like on January the 1st. I want to feel good about myself and the fact that I'm here, I'm sober, and I can plan my day, plan my week, plan my year, if that's what I like. How can creating structure or a plan for the evening reduce my urges to drink? Well, as we said, take your own stuff, go to the right place in the first place. What does playing the tape all the way through mean? Keep thinking about that. What does it mean? It means I'm thinking, what will I be like on January the 1st if I drink? How will I feel? How will I feel physically? How will I feel mentally? How will I feel emotionally? Right here in the heart. How do I feel about me? Okay? As opposed to January the 1st, I'm sober. You know what I did? I kept my word to myself. Isn't that beautiful? I kept my word. I said, I will not drink or use tonight, and I didn't. I kept my word. If I can keep my word to myself, I'm on the pathway to long term recovery. Okay, what does waking up sober represent to you? Think about that. Think about how good that feels. Isn't that a wonderful experience? Please take this seriously. Sobriety is precious. It's the hardest thing that you will ever do in your life. If you've been using or you've been drinking for a period of time, I promise you that there's hardly anything you will ever have to overcome in life that requires such discipline. I've always said if you can maintain sobriety, you can probably overcome anything that you will ever confront in the rest of your life. If you have children now or you will have children in the future, what a wonderful gift to pass down to them. That when you have a problem, don't ignore it. Don't think you can do it all by yourself. Look for help. Get the help. Find what you need to solve those problems. I hope this works for you. You'll be sent those questions to take a look at. They don't have to be long answers, just scribble a few notes. But mostly, the purpose of those notes that you're writing to yourself is so you can go through the evening using your mantra: I will not drink or use tonight. I will be faithful to me. God bless you. Hope you have a wonderful new year. I look forward to seeing you sometime in the coming year. If there's ever anything you would like to talk to me about or need some help with something, please send me an email with the best time to call you, and I will take care of it. I will call you. It's Fred at lifemanagementresources.com. Pretty simple, okay? I hope you have a great one. Thank you so much for being with me for this brief time, and I look forward to seeing you